Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at the Stepdle puzzle. On this day in 1955, PENN JILLETTE was born. You may know him better as one half of the magician duo Penn and Teller. He is, of course, the pen half of Penn and Teller. And to mark the occasion of his birthday, I'm going to be using some starting words that are words that appear in the names of some of the tricks that they do. So, for example, they do a trick called cups and balls. So let's start with cups and see what that tells us. We've got the C, haven't we? U. I was really expecting 4 greys. If I got 4 greys, I was going to go for nail, because they have a trick called nail gun. But I don't need any of those letters. It looks very much like it's going to be the cure today. Oh, it's not quite. This could still be a B or a T, I suspect. Is there anything else? A D even. Oh, that's such an annoying card mode trap because none of these are correct. And it's the last thing I think of. Well, it's always the last thing you think of, isn't it? But that was annoying because any of those other ones could have been the correct ending. Ironically, if I'd gone for nail first, I would have got the L, but nothing else. So I'm not sure if that would have made it easier or harder. We'll never know. Anyway, we will move on to a trick called water tank. Made famous by Harry Houdini, of course, but Penn and Teller do a version of it. And luckily for me, because that's given me 3 letters. So that is more than my fair share. All the A, E are correct, but the R is not 4th. So we're going to need a different consonant to go in between the A and the E. Am I brave enough to go for a V? I think I am. Oh, but it's not paid off. So what do we think we should do instead? Crane? Okay, we'll try a different bird then. Oh, this is another hard mode trap. Is it a fruit? Oh, a G was correct. Is it a Z after all that? Oh, we've got Zs. These are horrible letters we're coming up with. I mean, I'm all in favour of Zs, but that made that puzzle so much more difficult. I've only got 7 guesses left to get the last 2. Sometimes I've solved all the puzzles in fewer than this number of guesses. Anyway, let's hope the last 2 are a little bit easier. Bullet catch, so we'll go for bullet. That's not the best start. I didn't expect it to be the best start, to be fair. Some relatively uncommon letters, the B and the U in particular. But at least we've got the E. And I'm not scared of going for slightly more difficult starts. Especially when I can just use common letters on the second guess and get lots more information. So, what are we going to do next? I suspect we should try an ER ending. So that means it's going to be something like maybe a blank AS, blank ER. Let's try Gasper. It's not going to be correct, but it lets me try some different letters. Oh, the A is not second after all that. I'm glad I didn't spend longer trying to think of what else it could be if it wasn't Gasper. Surely that means the A is going to be first. Oh, it's just answer, isn't it? That's a slightly more common word than Gasper. But anyway, we got there eventually, and now I have to hope that the 7-letter one doesn't trip me up too much. We'll start with shadows, because they have a trick called shadows. Oh, 2 letters only. The H is not second, which is interesting. So it's not an SH beginning. How many letters in stretch? That's not how you spell it. Helps if I can type. I mean, that's got to be worth a try. I don't like duplicating the T, but it lets me try TER, and it lets me try the CH ending, which is probably worth a shout. Oh, this is my last guess. But I do have 5 letters out of 7. So this is it. It all comes down to this next guess. Can it be an SCH beginning? I don't know what the rest of the word would be if it is. I really have to think of this word, because sometimes if I can't think of something, I go for a guess that I know can't be correct, just to get some more information. I don't like doing it, but I do have to do it occasionally. But today, that is not an option at all. I have to work out what this answer is. Right. The fact that the H is not second or last. So is it an HT ending? But if it's an HT ending, you'd think it's probably an IGHT ending. And if it's IGHT, then the E and the C have got to be second, which is clearly not going to happen. The fact that I don't know what that second letter is making this much more difficult. Synthetic looks like it would be worth a shout, except it's an 8-letter word, and it can't be a TIC ending anyway, because the T can't be 3 letters from the end. If it's an IC ending, it could be a THIC ending, I suppose. Or even THIC in that position? I don't think that's very likely. Oh, in fact, it can't be a C in that position. So if it is a THIC ending, we would have to use the E in second or third, and again, I'm not sure I can think of something that works. I really want to go for sleight, as in sleight of hand, because it works thematically with the fact that I'm doing magician-related answers. And it does work with 4 out of the 5 letters. Sadly, it doesn't work with the C, so it's definitely not correct. But in hindsight, I should have gone for it on my last guess, because it wouldn't have duplicated the T. Oh, what am I going to do instead? SE could be the second letter. Or it could be a CHET ending. I'm thinking something like hatchet, but of course I need a similar word that starts with an S. But we do that would use all of the 5 letters that we need. We could shift it across by 1 and then it looks like machete, but again that doesn't start with the S, so it's clearly not correct. We can't use the A. I was about to say satchel. Satchel would be a great guess, were it not for the fact that it can't be correct. And I don't think we can replace that second letter with an I or a U or an E. What would that last letter be if it was a TCH sequence? Although, to be fair, we tried TCH in stretch, so it doesn't end in TCH. I suppose it could be a Y at the end. Sketchy. Sketchy would work. I have to go for it. There might be other words that work, so this is very sketchy. But it is correct! So after an abysmal start, I've rescued it on the last guess. 6, 7, 4, 3. Not my best performance. 20 guesses used up in total. But it's not a failure. So that is the important thing. So, thank you for watching. Happy birthday to PENN JILLETTE. And now go and watch some magic tricks. Bye for now.